Smooth in the Afternoon Buckets with Bleezy. Bleezy here with Kyle Korver. Kyle, growing up in LA near Compton, you must have been exposed to rap almost as much as you've been exposed to basketball. Did you grow up listening to guys like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and who are your favorite artists that you listen to today?
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize we were doing this conversation. I grew up in LA, but I grew up, in a Christian school in Bubble. I don't think I'd really listened to a ton of rap music growing up. It was definitely, you felt the influence all around you, and enjoyed it. It's amazing. But I don't think I had a lot of rap artists that I grew up listening to be honest with you.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
I listen to a lot of hip hop now, obviously. A lot of worship music. Before the game, I try to get myself into kind of a good state of mind. I don't want to get too excited. I don't want to get too out of my kind of focus zone. So I do a lot of more just kind of classical type musical stuff. Kind of get me in that right frame of mind.
So very diverse right now.
Oh, very. I'm all over the place. I don't listen to too much country, but anything else I can listen to pretty much.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So a couple months ago, the general managers had a survey, and they said that you're one of the best pure shooters in the league and one of the best at moving without the ball as well. What have you done to make it so difficult to guard you?
Well, I've always just felt like the ball finds energy, and I'm not a big one-on-one guy. That's never really been my strength. So for me, it's just keep on moving, keep on trying to create situations where a man has to decide if he wants to help or if he wants to come to me. Try to get really good at coming off the screens. Really just kind of stop, to not stop moving. And there's a lot of little tricks you learn over the years, but really I think as a simple rule, the ball finds energy, and I just try to bring that.
Being in the league about 13 years now, who's been some of the most influential players and coaches in your life?
There's been so many. I think I had some really great vets growing up. Aaron McKee was great for me in my early years. Allen Iverson was great, just instilling confidence in me. Really kind of.
We had a feeling you'd say Allen.
Yeah, man, he was amazing. Just as far as carrying yourself with a certain confidence, and the example of giving your all every night. I played for amazing coaches, Hall of Fame coaches who were Coach of the Year. I think I loved watching Larry Bird when I was young. That's how smart he played. When he came into the NBA, I loved Peja Stojakovic and that kind of triangle offense they ran, not triangle, but elbow action they ran in Sacramento. Ray Allen, Rip Hamilton, guys who moved out the basketball. There's been a lot of people that I've tried to watch, and so good.
That's awesome to hear. Now, you've played a lot of different roles. Sometimes you've come off as a six-man, very often you start. Can you talk about some of the adjustments that are made depending on the different roles you're playing in a given game?
Yeah, they're all a little different. I think obviously when you start the game, you've just got done warming up, you're probably in a little bit of a sweat, you got a little more rhythm going, it's a little easier to go into that. I think the challenge of coming off the bench is coming in and being able to shoot right away, being able to take a three right away and not feel like you have to go up and down the floor for 3 or 4 minutes or get a close shot first. That's really the challenge for me. I think the mindset I've always tried to have is, when I'm coming off the bench, the game doesn't really start in my mind until I get out there. Well, and that's obviously not true, but that's just how I try to prepare myself mentally. That it's as soon as I get out there, we're gonna go, we're gonna play well, and that seemed to help me a lot.
Now, you guys have had a couple ups and downs this season. You started out 9-2, obviously now 12-12. What is it going to take to get back to the way you started out the season so hot and so aggressively as a team?
I really think it's practice and habits. We came out of a great training camp in preseason. We went 9-2, and then our schedule was really tough. We had a lot of back-to-backs, and then we had 10 games in 16 days, Thanksgiving in the middle, travel days, early games. We just didn't have practice time and shoot-around time, and it showed. We weren't very sharp. I didn't think we played very smart, and the losses kind of stacked up on us. So it feels like this last 4 or 5 days we've had a bunch of good practices. We've watched a lot of film. I feel like the last few games we've kind of got back on track to who we're trying to be as a team, and I think we're going to start playing well again.
Now, my final question for you, it's the holiday season. Can you please tell everybody at Smooth in the Afternoon a little bit about your foundation for Sock It Forward?
Yeah, so we do a sock drive every year. We all want to get into the Christmas spirit, and it's a season of giving, and I think everyone would agree that when you give well, it just feels good. And what's something really simple that we can all kind of do together. And a lot of people, when you put on a brand new pair of socks, it just kind of feels good, right? You're like,
Always.
oh man, these are just amazing. And it's like this little thing, this super easy thing that can really just start your day off in a really good way, you know? And so for a lot of people who don't have new socks or wear socks with a bunch of holes in them or are cold, you know, just this is a really simple something that can really make a difference in someone's day and someone's Christmas. And so, you know, a lot of people have donated already, and we're going to match whatever's donated, and looking forward to just blessing a bunch of people.
That's a terrific cause from a terrific player. Thank you so much, Kyle. Happy holidays to you and your family, and
Thank
go
you.
Hawks.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.